Greetings, how are you today? Today, I want to do a special taste test. This wine here was not made by me. This wine was made by some monks on a monastery who live on a small, remote island up here in Orkney. The population of the island is only minuscule. Only a handful of monks live there year on, and they farm the land and they do their masses and they carry out retreats and things like that. I met a group of the brothers and fathers from this island, from the monastery, about 2.5 years ago now, and they kindly gave me this bottle of wine because they are subscribers of the channel and they love making home brew on their island, as all monks love to do. And this bottle has been sat in my fridge for the past 2.5 years, and I've not wanted to drink it. I've not felt compelled. There has not been that calling to drink this wine. Every time I've seen it there in the fridge, in the door, it's been, shall I have that tonight? And a voice has been, it's not the right time. But today is the right time. 2 days ago, on Saturday, one of those brothers who I met, who handed over this bottle of wine, went missing on the island. So I'm going to pour a glass and I'm going to carry on explaining a few things about the island, about the monks, and also about this dandelion wine that they made and gave to me, and it's been sat there in my fridge waiting for this moment, and I want to share that moment with you. So let's pour a glass of the monks' dandelion wine. Now, the island the monks live on, Papastronzi, is very remote. From the mainland in Orkney, the big island here, you have to go to one smaller island and then meet their little boat, and the boat will take you to their island. So there's no way that this one brother, this one monk, could easily just slip off the island without anyone noticing. The terrain is rough and rugged. Farmland, yes, indeed, that the monks work, and also lots of cliffs and beaches and stunning scenery. But there isn't anything there apart from the monastery, their living accommodation, and a few outbuildings. So let's move on to do the wine taste test. Oh, it's crisp and floral on the nose with a slight sweet hint coming up behind it. It's delicate. This dandelion wine is one that has been settled for a fair while. When I was pouring it, you could see some sediment in the bottom of the bottle, but that's perfectly normal for a 2.5-year-old wine that's just been stood upright in a fridge. Sediment will fall after a while. But the actual wine itself in the glass is pretty darn good, very crystal clear. If I made this wine, I would be impressed with it. So well done, brothers on the island. Well done for making such a clear, lovely wine. Taste test, the ever important bit. That's pretty darn good. Those floral notes really kick in. You can tell that the monks have been out in the fields harvesting quite a big batch of dandelions going to this wine. Sometimes you can skimp on dandelion wine and make a wine that is quite weak if you don't gather enough dandelions. Also, there is no bitterness, so you can tell that they de-stemmed the dandelions really well. No green bits went in. You can't taste any bitter spoilage as such from the green. They only put in the yellow petals, which is an awesome thing. They took their time. Of course, monks on a desolate, remote island, they have all the time in the world, so they put their hearts and their souls into everything they do. It's sweet, but yet not overly sweet, and it has been fermented right the way out, so they designed it to be a sweeter wine. My only criticism of this wine is that it is a little thin on the taste buds and on the nose. They could have added more tannin from, say, tea or body from a banana to complement the floral notes, something to give it a bit more depth and flavour as it goes down. You're basically drinking this with the tip of your tongue and your nose. The high notes are there, but the actual body and substance is lacking that substance that binds it all together really well. It's sweet, it's floral, it's fruity. It's a really, really good drop. I just thought that today was a fitting day to sit down with a glass of wine that the monks made, especially as one of their own has disappeared. The police are involved, as are the search parties and other agencies, so I'm not making any speculation about what might have happened. I just hope that, Brother Justin, you return home safely and carry on making some awesome homebrew wine. So, Dandelion wine. Have you made it yet this season? It's the next wine on my list to make. And if you want to check out how to make dandelion wine, why don't you check out this video up by here whilst I carry on drinking the rest of the bottle. I'll see you all really soon. You have a good day now. I am